that's been about it for this patch.
That's an excellent point by Jack. I expected to see that, but our Game 5 draft is underway, and we talked about it, we debated it, but you're now seeing it. Oh my goodness! All right, TNC are allowed the Wisp, and Invoker is taken first phase. The Earth Spirit is still in the pool now. We had talked about Tim's has been their Wisp player, so maybe a little bit of overlap there where Liquid leave the Wisp in and the Earth Spirit, realizing TNC might be reluctant to take both of them.
I mean, TNC could take Jakiro here, right?
That's, absolutely. That's been a Theban hero too.
So if they want that, they have it. But as I mentioned earlier, Tusk versus Jakiro, you can get yourself into some awkward situations.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, do you think Jakiro is really going to be able to pressure Invoker Tusk very well? Like, maybe if they get Quap, but that's
I don't think
second phase ban Quap, thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
Tuska's having trouble dealing with Quap during the mid game.
But I don't think Jakiro is really a part of that lane anyway until he comes in and roams a few minutes in. I think it's I think if it's going to be a dual mid, it's going to be Wisp +1. Now, I think that the real template for how to beat the Jakiro was drawn by Wings in the final game yesterday, and that's just you play on the enemy side of the map. If that hero is not hitting towers with liquid fire, it's so much of the, like, I don't know,
we also
60% of its value is lost.
We also have seen Treant Protector as a pseudo answer. You know, if you don't want to be playing aggressive, you can just kind of outlast the liquid fire.
True.
Not exactly a very popular hero, but just throwing that out there as a possible choice.
Reserve time.
So what I'm looking for Team Liquid right now are things that set up Sunstrike, because the best way to get your mid player going is to let them get the last hit of the Sunstrike, so you can get experience and go across the map.
So I brought the stat up right that in the last patch, Invoker was over 70% win rate with either Legion Commander or Nyx Assassin, and about 40% win rate without either of those two heroes.
Right.
Just to highlight the importance of that Sunstrike setup, and you see TNC do take the Faceless Void out of the pool, which has been the Liquid staple running alongside the Invoker.
And the Earthshaker's gone as well, so another nice setup for that. I wonder if a hero that we haven't seen much of in this patch and kind of felt
Master?
That was one of the Beastmaster.
Sorry,
I've seen some buffs.
I
Also,
don't know
possibly the Centaur, which we haven't seen in a while, and gives some added mobility.
I threw out Beastmaster because Mind Control is generally very proficient on the hero. You got double boar now at 15.
And that was a signature hero for him about a year ago.
And it's here, yeah, going on the dedicated jungler point, Jack, that you made, maybe not Beastmaster as a dedicated jungler, but he is one of those heroes that on paper is capable of taking huge advantage of those neutral respawn changes.
Interesting. They left Troll out there.
You know, Troll is he was banned in the last draft, but he's really just been AWOL for most of the series. After he came into today 16-4 in pro play so far in this patch.
I feel like the Sven and Troll and kind of Slark's like a little bit.
Oh,
there we go. Well, we saw GH on this hero earlier today, and it was unbelievable against IG. There's the Sam H. StarLadder.
That's we haven't seen a whole lot of offlane StarLadder.
I just think this is indicative of the pace that TNC want to play. They want a fast game.
So there's still a Lycan left here. I do recall a game earlier where you had the Tusk and the Pudge, just this dual roam with a lot of versatility and being able to set up for that for a very fast pace coming out of the gate and then having something to take towers. So Liquid possibly going that direction here, especially if their mid is a bit on the greedier side and needing more space and resources to get going.
At the same time, though, you want your safe laner to be self-sufficient, because I think, yeah, Lone Druid comes out. Because Tusk and Pudge are better off spending their time roaming around than babysitting in the safe lane. They're not the best for that. So I really like the Lone Druid here. Protects himself just fine against the StarLadder.
So as we talk about adjustments here, right, as we go back, do you think this is more similar to Game 2 or Game 1? Right, because TNC, the answer to the Lone Druid in Game 2 was having the more static lanes, having the multiple disables, able to pressure the Lone Druid in his lane, avoiding that dead lane problem. Do you see that pressure coming out here?
It's a different kind of pressure. I think Weaver or Troll were the two answers for TNC. I think they knew this Lone Druid was coming.
Yes.
They have this StarLadder. StarLadder is not the same as Sand King when it comes to the way that they were able to lane against the Lone Druid. He's not going to be able to give you that, but what he will give you is like a very clear mid-game way to be able to threaten the bear, as long as you have a strong right clicker. And Weaver also gives you the mobility. That was a big thing, right, is that the mobility that they had from heroes like Sand King, and they had Quap in that game, right? Like, they were able to really get on top of the Lone Druid when they needed it.
Yeah. As awesome as Tusk and Pudge was against IG's anti-mage in that game 3, a big part of that threat was having the guaranteed disable of the Chronosphere in that game. What is the guaranteed disable here? Root? I mean, how are you going to catch Weaver?
Does TNC just go TA for Cuckoo to get the classic mid matchup against the Invoker? I know Liquid do have one more pick left that could.
I mean, Ember Spirit comes to mind, just having a very hard to catch hero. Again, punishing on the fact that your 2 support just don't have real stuns.
I like Weaver pick up one of Raven's signature heroes that we really haven't seen much of this tournament, but in terms of being able to apply and get around that front line to get to the back line, whether it's the Invoker, whether it's potentially the Lone Druid, and the synergy with the Amp as well, it's a nice pick for them. I think that was a nice PA ban. That might have been something TNC was seriously considering, and they're kind of hard-pressed to figure out what they want from this mid lane. I'm wondering if we'll see...
The PL, I was just thinking of that. Damn.
Well, that's someone that's hard to lock down, too.
Yep. And it's gained popularity in the meta a couple patches ago as a mid lane counter to the Invoker. It's not a hero that's had much success lately.
I wonder if you see a clock here. We haven't really seen it much in this series.
That's not a hard disable. It doesn't work here.
You need more of a Sand King. Tidehunter is another hard disable that's out there.
Sand King, LC, Centaur that you suggested. I want a real stun
I like
could
the
get a quick kill.
I like the Sand King. If the Sand King gets to Ags, PL just blows up. Oh, the Enigma. All right, that's fine too. Wow. I have to call these drafts.
I don't know. This one is hard to call.
This again, this is really all you could have asked for. This series between these two teams, going the distance, all 5 games. The draft in Game 5, I think, is dead even. Time for predictions, guys.
Just know this: with our powers combined, with a unanimous prediction here, we could potentially send someone to TI. So
okay, I'll go first. I don't think TNC's draft have any way to deal with the BKB Enigma. If he plays it the way that XSS does, with the Midas, Blink, BKB, he could take over the game. Team Liquid won last. I go on Team Liquid all 5 games, by the way. Team Liquid won last time.
I'm also going to go with Team Liquid. I agree with that. I think the Enigma has... I think the biggest thing is for me is that Phantom Lancer is an unproven hero at this point.
Yep.
And every single one of the heroes coming out from Liquid have been proven to be effective.
I think the degree of difficulty on executing TNC's lineup is a bit higher. They have to do a lot of kiting and really pick their spots, whereas there's more brute force coming out from Liquid and a lot of roam potential. So I'm going to go for Team Liquid as well.
All right, congratulations,
All
TNC.
excellent points by my panel, but there is no way on God's green earth I am picking against Miracles Invoker twice in one series. TNC's probably going to win, but this is going to be an awesome Game 5. One more time out to our casters here at Coddle Guy and Lacoste.
All right, baby. It all comes down to this. Thanks, Nahazen Gang. Let's buckle up and sit tight. Game number 5. We got Black Holes, we got Pudges, and the first PL of the tournament, the final pick of the very last match. What the hell?
I don't know what to feel about PL. I don't think the hero is strong enough. He got some loving from the Frog, but nerves to illusions, a lot of gold,
but you
lot
said
of
it,
XP.
You said it here right before Lumi said it.
Yeah.
Are TNC going to have a way to stop Enigma if he's able to get that BKB?
In this high-skilled matches, never bet against Enigma with a BKB that you can stop. All right, they can score a bash with StarLadder from behind, and that's it. But also Miracle Invoker with Pudge again. If Pudge gets a good start, I mean Pudge and Tusk, Pudge can kill most of these heroes with just a hook, Dismember, Sunstrike.
I mean, I got to sit back as a spectator in the first series for Liquid earlier today when we got to see GH play that Pudge, and that was honestly one of the best competitive Pudge showings I had seen. Lacoste, I know you're a huge Pudge fan. You said it's your favorite hero and stuff. I mean, what did you think about his performance? Do you think he met up to your standards?
Yeah, he was amazing with savings, with the hook, with the force staff. He got some really good farm, was on point with the hooks, good timings. One more thing, his BKB build, that's what I like to do when the game is hard. Props to him for that.
Liquid knowing they really want to go to win. The first phase pickup of the Miracle Invoker seems to always be just so freaking unstoppable, the way the team's able to rally behind it and just make so much Sunstrike potential there. And away we go. Already GH with the Rot running right at Cuckoo here. Him and Kuro actually going to be forcing out the early Doppelganger so that he has to jump the shard away. And you can see the same happening across the board. TNC are going to be happy to bully back Mind Control as well to try to force that Enigma all the way off the lane.
Yeah, and but the lane is coming back to him, so he's good. That's why Enigma is one of the hottest picks. If you remember, I was calling the Enigma pick since the Dota pit.
Yeah, I remember that. You were a big advocate of the new Enigma at the start of that time. And it's found a lot of success since then. And we'll see if it finds success here with Liquid side. And you're right, he's able to kind of pull out the Eidolons and continue to deny on the wave and have it press forward here. The matchup of the PL versus Invoker is just a classic. I believe it was pretty much driven out of Southeast Asia, where we first got to see the PLs in the mid lanes and good matches against the Invoker. Jug also was making a lot of appearances in the mid lane when Invoker was seeing a lot of, show.
They gave Invoker a lot of advantage, those two first wave with the rotation, but overall Phantom Lancer can really stand against Invoker. With one rotation from, let's say, Jakiro, he can get a kill on that Invoker. He's hard to harass and has escape mechanism with Doppelganger, has high base damage, PMS, Quelling Blade, easy to last hit. Overall, he is a strong hero. I'm just not feeling the hero. I gotta see it to believe it.
We'll see if Cuckoo can prove you wrong and many other, I imagine, disbelievers of the PL in this game here. GH continues to roam around. It's always kind of a tricky start with your Pudge. If you are given the good graces of that level 1 gank with a Rot, you can find yourself get to level 2 fast. But if you don't, you're kind of scrambling around until you can at least get access to a hook and help some setup. So you're hunting bounties and just trying to remain off the radar so you can be a little bit of a surprise for TNC.
Yeah, that's what happened to Liquid when they had Tusk and the Phoenix. Both heroes need levels and need good early rotations to be successful, so they can level up and get to those level 6, which they need a lot, especially a hero like a Phoenix.
Kuro, is he going to get that very expensive courier? He spots it. He chases for it. He catches it with the shards. One more right click will do it, and it's going to get dropped.
That's some nice gold. Got the boots of speed right now.
Oh, Cuckoo also could be in a bit of trouble. Forced to jump up to the high ground here the second the cold snap comes out, and he will TP back home to regen. All right, Liquid's pressure in the mid lane paying off a little bit here. Earns them the courier, and Miracle some free space to catch on up. Because as you see Cuckoo up at the top at that moment, 19 and 4. Tims will now step into the mid lane to kind of soak up a bit of the free XP.
Yeah, Tims, was he stacking in the forest? Is there anything still? Okay, there is 1-2 stacks near their creek camp. Weaver can't really farm that. All right, Cuckoo gets the first blood.
We missed the action from our observer's end, but it is going to be Cuckoo who gets the upper hand onto Kuro and gets the takedown. We're watching bottom side where GH is trying to contest the pull camp a bit, but Cuckoo going to be the first one to get the strike for TNC, and that's going to be a hard shot for Kuro to take.
Yeah, that courier kill gave GH a lot of gold, actually. He has enough gold for Tranquil Boots. That's the must-have for Pudge early on.
Ooh, look at this, a Sam H rotation already. You don't always suspect this one.
No
He's
mana
able to
on
creep
him.
in, but yeah, no mana, so he can't dish out the crush. Shards almost block Miracle on the other end, and he has to head the other direction. Now Kuro's going to be forced to snowball in. It slows him a bit, but Miracle is a man on the run. Roche, do me the honor. Not going to get it. Sam H will pick up the last hit, and it's going to be TNC now 2-0, but suddenly GH gets the grab onto Timms, pulls him right back in, but it could set up a problem now for Liquid as the crush will be there for Sam. Kuku begins to go to work, and he's going to get another takedown of Kuro. Now up 3-0 for TNC. Sunstrike! Nice catch there! Miracle.
Oh, they have a ward. All right, Kuku invades the hook. Kuku the Huku.
Kuku the hook. All right. Miracle,
again,
though.
Miro.
Man, this Sam H. Slardar just hanging about in this mid lane. They want to punish down Miracle. They are going to be able to gobble him up with the snowball. He steps back, gets off the cold snap, but the pressure keeps coming. They will bring him down, and they're looking for more diving in through the trees. They see Kuro, and they decide to make it work. This tri-lane, mid lane coming up from TNC is just ruthless. A double kill for Kuku. How many more kills before we become a PL believer? Before we PL believers here.
I know PL is strong in the lane, dominates the Invoker in the laning stage, but I feel the hero needs so much more items than other heroes to actually be effective.
We see 1437 walking away with a bit of battle scars from that top lane. How's that been going, though? Mind Control has been almost with his own devices up there. He's at 27-9 CS to match up to his opposite is Weaver with 36, 37, and 15. Weaver's still getting a lot, but, you know, the Enigma's slowly coming online.
Yeah, Enigma's denying a lot of creeps from Weaver, but still he has 37. On the bottom lane, Matumba Man, though, has a uncontested farm, Hand of Midas.
Kuro gets a ward down and just conveniently happened to quickly pop the smoke attempt from TNC. But he will end up losing that ward just as fast.
I was at the analyst desk when Liquid picked that Tusk and Pudge combo, and I was saying how bad it is if you don't get any kills out of it.
Kuro could be in trouble here.
He's going for Jakiro.
Yep. And Theban's looking to drag him all the way back. But there's going to be a hook there from GH.
What
Kuro,
a block.
Nice block with the shards. Will allow him to round the corner and rendezvous with Miracle. He has a shrine if necessary, but it's not going to be needed. TNC will be forced to pull out. A lot of convenience here for Kuro. First he stops the smoke gank and then narrowly avoids the trouble and forces TNC to draw their attention there. More space, I guess, for Matumba Man on one end and Mind Control on the other to farm up.
Yeah, if you look at the game right now, it seems like it's 5-1, TNC is dominating, but net worth is on the favor of Liquid, actually.
Just the farm. I mean, Matumba Man is highest net worth down there.
And they're gonna sound stupid.
Yeah, I don't think we say two Midases. Oh, jumping from Tim's here. They're looking to make their go onto Mind Control. Mind Control has a black hole, but you know, you don't want to have to turn around just to be forced out to use it defensively. They will end up burning them apart, and Tim's will pick up the last hit there. TNC off now, 6-1. Trying to make up for the lack of farm by just scoring a buttload of kills.
Again, TNC, when TNC dominates early game, they tend to finish at 25-30 minute mark. So, I don't know, I'm afraid this game for Liquid, Tusk level 2, Pudge level 3, still no kills for him. Okay, he has a haze, but let's say Phantom Lancer, he's pretty much ungankable at the moment.
Liquid, I don't know if they're eyeballing an opportunity for the black hole at the top lane, but Kuro is currently dancing behind Mind Control at the moment, while GH is postured towards that mid lane. But like you were saying, I mean, I don't think Pudge has any opportunities to gank or get a setup on the PL. There's just no easy hook there. So instead, he's rotating all the way towards the top.
They need to make something happen on the whatever lane, just get a kill, a 2, just to boost those levels up.
And Liquid love that same ward, the one on the off lane that's right by that bounty rune. I think 3-4 straight games they planted that ward.
Show me.
This one right there, that currently Theban's walking over.
Yeah, that's a good ward.
Yeah, they have it every time, so future Liquid opponents take note.
Also, Io has a Dust. StarLadder even bought Dust offlane StarLadder because he was rotating so much on the mid for that Invoker, because they know he has 3 points in each Vex, Quas, and Exort. So he can invoke the Invis.
Look at Sam H, man. He has been rotating so much. Back at the mid lane again. There are Liquid members waiting behind Miracle. Are they going to get possibly baited into an awkward position? The second they spot out Kuro, they feel something's a bit fishy, and they pull away. And The second they see the dive committed from Sam H, you could see Matumbaman ramp up the pressure at the bottom. There's a hook pullback for Cuckoo, but I mean, what else can come out after that? He could easily just doppelganger away if he had wanted to.
I love that Phantom Lancer actually built power threads because that's a lot of attack speed for him and illusions. Most of the time, people tend to go for BOTs, which I prefer not to.
Ooh, do they have dust? GH happened to pick up an Invis rune right in front
they
of
have
TSC.
dust. They have dust.
So they begin to slowly chase him down. They spot him out. They hit him with the amp damage. Sam H looking to go in. Nice Savage Roar from Matumbaman. We'll bail him out for now. The Spirit Balls from Tim's. He's gone too far. He gets hit with the root, and that will end up popping him. He tries to go for the tether away, but Matumbaman's RNG with these roots is ridiculous. It's like Bulldog's RNG just happened to transfer over so well. It's quite crazy. Meantime, Raven gets the upper hand on Mind Control across the seas, it looks like, diving in deep towards the Tier 2 to get it done as well. Meanwhile, back and below, Matumbaman hit up with the amp damage once again. Another root onto Sam H.
There's a good hook.
That was meant, I imagine, for Sam, but they're going to be settling for Theban instead, and this one should earn them the takedown. Sam H tries to run in to help out, but finds himself rooted and roared again.
All right.
Good over there and check that man's software. What kind of vac roots is he dishing out? Quite ridiculous, if I'm being honest here.
Well, as far as I know, you should not be able to.
Okay, Black Hole, Sunstrike. Not on the right target, but it is going to get them the kill regardless.
Yeah, they share the damage from the illusions.
Nice deny as well. Oi, oi, oi. Liquid. Able to pull together some good string of kills there. A bit of an overcommitment from TNC on the bottom lane. Will earn Matumbaman a couple of picks, plus the mid lane takedown of Cuckoo finally, because he was getting a lot. But that means that Raven was also up to no good at the top lane, just farming and farming up.
Yeah. Let's say Miracle was shut down in the mid lane. He died twice. He still has Midas and will come back eventually. 17 to 19 minute.
The jump on for GH in the bottom lane with the tether speed. They're able to move close enough for the crush. They'll need a little bit more to go for the finish, and GH can't even get the deny out. They'll end up taking him down. Hey, look, it's another root. Sam H will have to crush and quickly run on out.
Sam H needs to make Manta style to get out of those roots.
Snowball's going to be there. Don't tell me a root's going to be happening. Looks like he is able to get some tether assistance and run away. No, they're not done yet. They're looking to re-engage once more. They want to get a hold of Kuro. Meanwhile, it's Cuckoo getting the grab and finish. GH, didn't he just die? Back and dead again?
He just died again, yes.
Wow. And now they're looking to move on forward from Matumbaman. The snowball coming out from TNC is quite ridiculous. The roar will be forced to get Raven off the back of the bear. Just TNC totally taking over the lower half of this map. We didn't see what happened with GH, but I guess he came back to the shrine and unfortunately didn't notice that Cuckoo was there waiting for him, and he got dropped immediately. Now, moving in, Sam H gets the amp corrosive haze. The crush is there. They pop out the dust, and they're moving forward, and they get the finish on the Miracle. The other end, the finish of Sam H should be there, or will it? Crush.
Nothing.
And he's down. Matumbaman will finally get that one and earn his killing spree, but at what cost? Liquid lose multiple members here. And TNC are also going to be able to pick up the tier 1 back at bottom. 11-5. Net worth, though, still pretty even. The resilient farm of Liquid is still paying off as far as keeping them in the same game of farm, but TNC are the ones getting a lot of kills here. Oh, Mind Control. Malphus, Cuckoo, Doppelganger over. Mind Control dishes out the Soul Ring. They can't quite find the right target, but eventually he does show himself. Sunstrike will be there. Miracle.
Almost. He needed 1 second for that Doppelganger.
They will get him down.
It's a third Midas on Liquid.
Midases are coming together for Liquid.
Midases, you say?
Dang it. It's infectious. So, yeah, since Miracle gets his Midas, though, suddenly has, like, what, 2 or 3 Sunstrike kills on top of it?
And he's back into the game, baby.
He's coming back. He's coming back. But TNC refusing to let it happen. The second he returns to the lane, TNC show themselves once again. Say, don't come any closer. Nice deny.
both teams in the next few minutes, if they take a 2-3 man wipe, they can easily go Roche, especially TNC with Jakiro, Corrosive Haze, Bugs from Weaver.
Yep.
Look at how many legs does Weaver have. You know what's the best curse or the worst curse you can give someone?
The worst curse?
Yeah, I hope your mom gives birth in Rubian Weaver, so she has to work whole life just to get her boots.
Jesus Christ, that was an elaborate joke. Raven, the multi-legged Weaver, still scurries his way through the top lane. It looked like Liquid were thinking about heading that direction right there, but they'll think twice about it. Cuckoo finding his own farm forward. It looks like the Phantom Lancer 7.06 buildup is probably going to be pretty similar to the previous Phantom Lancer buildup diffusal of the forefront of the itemization.
He had the Aghanims queued up, but that forces you to farm a lot. I mean, it excels your farm like insane, but I don't think it's worth it this game. They need as much damage as they can right now.
I would figure that TNC would try to just kind of ramp up the pacing of the game. I would just get nervous if the game draws out and Matamaman's able to, you know, get his Radiance done, obviously, and bulk up from there. And of course, as we know, Miracle late game is a very scary invoker.
But still, he can go for Aghanim Scepter even after Diffusal Blade if he wants to. Those bounces with Mana Burn, they deal so much damage, and their heroes on Liquid side depend much on the mana.
All right, top tier 1 now going to get dropped. Raven picks up that one.
Sadly for Liquid, Pudge is level 5.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is
we saw in the
struggle.
previous game, not previous, when they played the Pudge and Tusk combo, it can work super good, but right now, it's just me.
It's just me. He needs a lot more time. He needs to at least get that Dismember online so he has an additional form of lockdown and maybe could get himself into the action, get some early flesh flex, and try to be a tank for the team. But it is a slow build-up for your Pudge. This is like, you know, the worst-case scenario for when you commit for a Pudge in your draft, that he has that kind of slow start.
It's time to pick up a kill right now for TNC. StarLadder picked up his Blink Dagger. Do they have a smoke? Does anyone have a smoke? Where's your smoke?
TP to the Shrine coming in from your StarLadder. Did he grab the purple stuff?
All right, there is one on the Courier. They want to potentially have a kill on the Miracle if they can get it. Oh, he's being pinged out. They actually see him with the ward.
Yep. They're heading that way.
That's a big kill.
They want it. Cuckoo also looking to step in. Miracle, the second he tries to approach the Centaur for that Midas that's about to come off cooldown, is when they make their move in, he's able to get the Midas off. Good value, sir. And it helps him get the finish of the Ags, but he does lose his life.
That's your shutdown. Let's call it shutdown invoker. 17-minute Midas Ags.
Yeah, that's crazy. Miracle is still able to kind of somehow bring in some great farm. If they were able to burst him up just a little bit faster, they could have helped prolong the Aghanims just a bit, but he will be able to grab it. This net worth still even in this game. Credit to Liquid with the ridiculous farming, but TNC are the team who continue to dish out and bully and knock down Liquid and take towers. Kuro's going to be dropped now in the bottom lane, and the rest of Liquid will have to step off as they make it a +1 on this tier 2 tower.
TNC needs to continue this pressure, try to get Roche killed if they can, but still Radiance is up on Lone Druid, and the thing we can't forget, Enigma has a Blink Dagger, Midas as well. Next item will be a BKB, and they have nothing to stop that BKB Black Hole.
Time is necessary here for Liquid, though, before they can kind of reach that solid maturity and have more of a stronger fight. It just feels like at the moment they're still working as like almost a 4-man, maybe even 3-man, with just how relevant Kuro and GH currently feel in the game. It's just still a struggle for the support staff to be able to kind of get themselves going. But Liquid, though, are rolling on in. No, they got to get something going here. Pudge is level 6. Hook, not going to find its match. Now it's going to be TNC looking to dish things out. Oh man, Sam H eats so much damage. He goes down. Matamaman's happy to burn on through. That with the Midnight Pulse just does a lot. So StarLadder going to be taken care of. Walrus Punch with a Sunstrike, and that's going to be both of them down. Liquid, for the first time in a while, will get a good trade their way. A double kill going to Matamaman.
Yeah, Matemba Man with 0 deaths. What is his next item? All right, Medallion finished. Not bad. Just to give some extra armor against StarLadder, Weaver, heavy damage dealers, right clickers. There's a Weaver with Lincoln Sphere, we didn't mention it. She really can't die against Pudge combo, Sunstrike. She can remove Malefice.
And here's TNC back in action now. You know, it's noticeably different the way they have to approach their Wisp game too. We saw in their last lineup where they had it with Sven that they were able to kind of offensively use that relocate many, many times, but
oh, one more smoke.
Feels like they're not able to as much this time, but smokes from both sides here. TNC caught possibly on the low ground on this one.
Whoa!
With a jump in! Monster stun comes out from Sam H. But the pullback will be there for Theben, and Liquid will get that kill.
GH redeeming himself with that hook, but that stun, that was 5-man stun, no follow-up though.
Yeah, I mean, it's... TNC were not expecting Liquid to be in that position.
Yeah, they did. They were pinging it out actually and drawing on the map where they are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they weren't there ready for a fight. Maybe they're figuring like they might be there, and then they just actually were. Whatever the case may be, TNC not fight ready in that moment. Liquid will take the 1 support, which is pretty much just Theben taking the gank, so technically not the worst thing ever for TNC.
Interesting build on Phantom Lancer with Talent Tree. I see a lot of games, but those are mostly pub games. People tend to go for Spirit Lance damage and let's say 15 cooldown reduction if they tend to go for Aghanim Scepter, so it's like more bounces, more lower cooldown, more damage. But with this build, he's preparing himself for the late game. Like, wants to have that Aghanim, but still wants to have a good late game.
Yeah. That feels pretty appropriate here. Because I think Liquid are going to be able to kind of hold the line for these tier 2s unless something goes very sour very fast. TNC are thinking about an approach towards the Roche here. They begin their D ward. This is going to be spotted by Liquid. Uh-oh, Theben trapped in from the shards. The bear walks forward, begins to burn through him. This Sunstrike will be off the mark. Suddenly Raven's beginning to poke at the bear a bit.
Yeah, Raven even used his defusal charge, which he just bought to slow down the bear. Meanwhile, top lane, Mind Control just continues to pressure the lane.
Yeah, he's actually knocking at the tier 2 at the moment. TNC don't seem to care too much about it. They're still thinking about making a move inside for the Roche. Cuckoo on the high ground will spot out some Liquid members, then quickly Doppelganger below.
Invoker is kind of low on mana, 500 mana for him.
Doesn't look like they'll have to worry about taking a fight, though. TNC have totally pulled off. They went back to take care of that top lane, but it looks like Mind Control was able to get that tier 2 secured. And it's Liquid who are still winning the net worth game. Just about 1,500, nothing to brag about. While TNC are the team still bringing in more of the kills at the forefront.
Matumba Man with 0 deaths almost has enough gold for Vlad. That's just some extra armor, extra life steal for him and the team, of course.
Mind Control just moments away from getting that finish of the BKB. Could be a huge tipping point here for Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid will just try to stall it, not take a fight, try to drag him out of the Roche pit, and once Mind Control gets the BKB, it is time to go. There's nothing they can wait for. They have all the items they need.
Between the 4 cores, or the 2 of each side, though, this is a really close game. Look at the 4 of them in the traded net worth. The only big difference, the advantage for Liquid, is that they also have Mind Control, who's been able to really step up through the laning phase, picking up the Midas. He's kind of that 3rd big factor for his team. Whereas the other supports on both teams are still kind of relatively poor.
Yeah, well, GH is getting close to his 4 staff. Right, another smoke from TNC.
Okay, they go right into the pit, beginning to go to work, but we're starting to see some Liquid movement here. It's TNC scanning towards the high ground to see if Liquid are going to be rotating that direction. The scan's not going to find anybody. The Sunstrike will spot out TNC. TNC see that and quickly step the other way. Roche down to half of its life. Liquid are...
Oh, right now it's easy for Liquid to zone them out with Invoker. There's Corrosive Case on Roshan. Okay, it's gone, but there's not enough space to actually fight for TNC right now.
Are Liquid going to be able to move in and take this away from TNC? TNC is starting to head back the direction. The bugs are going in. Now Liquid could be in the awkward spot. Nice quick tornado. Cancels out Sam 8's nice approach, but the hook pull there from GH will grab a hold of Teban and pull him into an uncomfortable position. Other TNC members fighting far up north, and the Liquid are now going to be able to move into the pit and look to go for the finish. Cuckoo, though, also in on the pit. Sam with a huge stun. There comes the black hole. The Roche goes down. It's Matamaman who's able to pick up the Aegis. Liquid hold the pit, and TNC are going to be forced to go the hell away. Tim's, in the meantime, will get picked off here. Miracle picks that one up, and Liquid have taken the biggest advantage of the game so far.
I mentioned that there's not enough space for TNC to fight. They're also amazing timing on that tornado against StarLadder stun. Also good hook, just killing Jakiro before the team fight. They couldn't fight into Midnight Pulse, double Savage Roar and Invoker, plus isolating them with Ice Shards.
Oh my, look how fast they do work on the base. Tier 3 already gone. Rax is almost dead. Macropyre gonna be forced out. TNC suddenly.
Another hook.
Oh, GH coming in the late game now. Gets the pullback, good force though. Gets him up towards the shrine. They are gonna be able to tag it, but they've already lost Sam H, and they lost to Rax. Matamaman will be going down, but that's just his Aegis. Can they get him down for a second time? Matamaman gets the finish onto Theban from the grave and gets right back into work. Suddenly, Liquid about to walk away with a mid lane set of Rax here. Raven, though, wants to get a hold of the bear. Can he get it? They need more. Cuckoo looking to rush on in. They need just a touch more. It looks like they will be able to get it. Raven, though, pulled back. Bite will pop the Lincolns, and he does the time lapse. Huge, huge win for Liquid. This game was neck and neck, maybe just 1,500 in advantage for Liquid on the net worth front. But now it's Liquid ahead nearly 10K.
Yeah, that's the power of Lone Druid, Battle Cry, Rabbit, and the spell from Invoker, Alacrity on that bear. That's just so much damage to the buildings.
I can't help but just take it back now to the Roche fight yet again. The clutch hook of GH being able to grab Teban and take him out of that situation where, can you imagine if a Macropyre was like laid down in the midst of that Roche pit when they were duking it out, or Ice Path, Dual Breast continue to come out? I think taking the Jakiro out of that fight was actually a huge factor there.
Yeah, 2 clutch hooks from GH. Twice on Jakiro, though. Even third time he hooked him, but nice force stats there from 1437. What is he eating? Where is that guy? Alright, he's just farming.
Now TNC, the team in a little bit of a hole now, have to fend themselves off. They're actually already cutting across the river, and Ravens begin to poke at the tier 2. No more Aegis, of course, on the side of Liquid, so they don't have that extra life advantage, but after TNC gets some poking damage in, and they recognize that Liquid have kind of come to attendance, they'll pull off and head the other side.
Yeah, there's a smoke inside of Liquid. They will probably just push the lane, try to smoke. BKB is done on Enigma, and there is a black hole ready.
Yeah, the Enigma factor has also been pretty huge for Liquid this game, and Mind Control's had a hell of a series already. With that up and in their arsenal here, Liquid are eager to move forward and take a fight. Another convincing fight could earn them just another rack straight up.
And they might actually want to wait for the Shiva's Guard on Invoker. That's a really big deal for Illusions for the Phantom Lancer.
Liquid lead in slowly. There is TNC vision on the ground spotting Liquid's movement here, but they are happy to siege away and take the free shrine and free extra money.
Aghanims is finished on Phantom Lancer, so we're gonna see a lot of bouncing. I'm not sure that's enough to keep the Team Liquid from sieging there. Enigma might need to go, let's say, for Shadow Blade this game against bugs, against those Phantom Lancer illusions, so he can position himself for a good black hole.
Yeah, it's a really chaotic for Enigma to be able to find the appropriate target when you have relocates happening, you have the, like you were mentioning, the doppelgangers, the bugs, the Sakuchi of the Weaver. Liquid after getting so much success through the mid lane, are now making a top lane approach, but it could come at a little bit of a trade as TNC are already down here south. But Tamaman, though, is already there to be able to push things on back. Looks like his AC is getting close to complete. They've already taken racks super fast. Now with that, it will make it even easier.
A lot of items coming out in a Liquid pretty soon. There's nothing on Enigma still yet. Invoker just bought his thing. Pudge getting closer to Solar Crest. Halfway through Tusk for the Blink Dagger.
It's just crazy when you look at the net worth of all the heroes. It's like Liquid have 3 relevant fighters and TNC have 2. The support staff is obviously a huge factor in this game as well, but it's just, you can see the clear-cut farm difference between the elite there at the top and everyone else is just trying to fend for themselves.
Okay, AC finished. That's a hell of a lot of armor and the damage to the structures.
Now, what do you think about the impact of the Wisp? Is it almost, I don't want to speak too soon for TNC, but does it feel like that they were kind of pigeonholed into picking this Wisp and it doesn't feel super effective this game?
Yeah, well, Liquid, if you know how to play a hero, GH, Kuroki, you know how to counter a hero as well.
And that helps. They have that specialist. And they draft around it accordingly here. We see Cuckoo working his way through a nice meaty stack as he is hoping to build up into what looks like a heart now in hopes of tanking. Miracle rushing in, looking to get frisky.
Oh, he might catch Wisp there.
Tims is there. Following behind Cuckoo. He's coming in slowly. Miracle has other members behind him. He's creeping through the trees. Creepy wizard man. Looking to move on in.
Oh, he can't find him.
Tims. Great jukes, Tims.
The tower goes down in 3 seconds.
And they head out the other direction. Yeah, the Matamamen siege through the bottom lane just plows through the outer towers. And now it could be a high ground approach if you'd like.
Even a Solar Crest on Matumba Man. Look at that bear, what does he have? 35 armor without a battle cry.
I am beginning to get quite nervous here.
That's 55 armor when battle cry is online.
And you have to take that bear down twice.
55 armor with, let's say, 5 more armor from, okay, actually 12 more armor, 10 more armor from Solar Crest. That's 65 armor, Alacrity Bear with Radiance Miss chance. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Oh, double damage. Miracle will take that. Uh-oh, they've spotted Cuckoo. Snowball's going to be in. Any doppelganger out of this one? No, he's going to get bailed out from Tims. The relocate will send him right back home. And Tims is going to go for the TP play. Oh, they get Sam H on the other front. They still wait for Tims. Tims doesn't try to make any sort of fancy play happen. He's just going to have to accept the fate. And it's godlike for Matamamen in the final game. Quick hook from GH, only able to catch the illusion. But there comes the approach of Liquid. They are salivating at the mouth at the idea that they could be walking away with a championship real soon. Thieben already going to be forced back inside. The buyback going to be forced out from Sam H. Is it already do or die for TNC in game number 5? Looks like it could be here. Miracle going to get hooked out from GH.
They're ready.
Liquid are ready. They have a black hole in their pocket with a BKB Enigma.
We saw only one black hole, if I'm not mistaken. Roche should spawn pretty soon. Yeah, right now it's up. Oh, what a timing!
What timing for Liquid. Looks like they're going to be spotting it out now, and they'll go to work.
Yeah, it's Matumba Man with the cheats.
They're going to take it down so
and
fast.
this Roche spawning.
Yeah, there's no chance that TNC are going to be seeing this happen. They've already drawn down an idea to cut cross-country down south, but they're going to be in for a rude awakening once they see that the Roche was already up, and Liquid are now going to be having the benefit of an extra life in the approach of the next fight. TNC are trying to hustle their way out there, but it's going to be too late now. Do they continue to move forward? There's a ward right there in front of them. If they do end up popping out from the smoke, it looks like they've stopped in their tracks and realized that it is just too scary to cross the river. Liquid are big and bad, and they're sporting a 20K net worth advantage. And quite impressive. Now a refresher in the hands of Mind Control 2. Double Black Hole, double BKB.
It's 10 seconds BKB, so it's 19 seconds if he casts it like that. I mean, he can use BKB once, use a Black Hole, refresh, and still have a 9 seconds BKB after that.
This could be game ending for Liquid now. This smoke play move forward, this could be game ending if everything goes according to plan. TNC.
Cuckoo is going all in with that hard build. He just wants to tank up those illusions who bounce a lot. Just,
all right.
I don't know if they have enough to...
Smoke approach, if they
deal.
do. Oh,
another hook.
They get the hook. How convenient. Suddenly Demon, their captain, already going to be taken out of the game.
No
this looks
buyback.
all but too good for Liquid now. As they begin to siege on in, it's Cuckoo trying to hold the line. He gets hit with the Deafening Blast. The tier 3 already beginning to crumble now. The Bear, unstoppable it would seem, at demolishing down. This one life of the Bear, almost able to take the racks alone. They have to force out the Glyph. Still have to be privy to where GH is standing. He is looking for the hooks. Not going to catch one there. Cuckoo looking to move in. The Alacrity Bear, though, looking to go for the finish on the racks. And Liquid can do it so safely, waiting back with Mind Control's Black Hole if TNC dare go for an approach.
Those illusions deal no damage once your mana is out. They're pretty useless.
And almost effortlessly, Liquid get what they need from the top lane and pull away. Now it's just a matter of rinse and repeat on the bottom lane, and suddenly you got a trophy you can hold up. TNC, man, we got to dig deep right now for a hell of a defense. Send your energy, TNC fans, if you want to see them be able to hold, but right now it's feeling all day for Liquid. Roars off Cuckoo.
He actually gave cheese to a bear, so it's a...
Okay, here we go from TNC. They're looking to jump in Tornado already, though. The pullback from Atonement to Bale, Mount Mind Control, committing in with the Black Hole to get the Bale onto Raven. He does get dropped. Buyback's going to get forced. They couldn't get him out in time with the relocate. The second Black Hole. This one to lock on in and get the finish for Cuckoo. They can't quite get it. Cuckoo barely able to make it alive.
Oh, Mind Control blinks out, but there is Cuckoo.
Cuckoo able to get the chase, finishes Mind Control. Sunstrike will be there. Oh, the Doppelganger to dodge the Sunstrike. Now they're looking to surround Miracle. They'll get him down. That's just the Aegis. GH on the other side also going to get finished. Are TNC somehow going to be able to get the upper hand of this fight? Miracle, a man on the run, quickly gets out. And it looks like TNC may have been able to just live on just a bit longer. Kuro sees 1437, wants to go for the finish. Will get it with one more strike. Sam H can't quite make it in time to bail him out, but they will get Kuro down.
That was a full team wipe because there was Invoker with Aegis. Enigma refreshed and used the Black King Bard twice.
Oh, they caught Miracle again. Sam H with the stun, but Miracle.
What a play by Miracle.
Even
a Sunstrike.
Jeez, this kid is so good. Not able to get the catch there for Sam H, but he does live on. All right, TNC, you do manage to just keep your heads afloat, just barely, but trust me, it's still very deep water.
That was a buyback from Raven, though. He's not gonna have it for the next 6.5 minutes. The top racks is falling. They have only tier 3 on bottom and 2 Raxes. They can't allow Liquid to get to their base, and they need to catch them before and take a fight there.
Yeah, they do. Oh, Miracle. He blinked up towards the Ancient Camp and right into the arms of TNC. Can they capitalize on this opportunity? No, it seems like Miracle's able to bump him off. Now he gets the helpful force from GH to bump him on forward. Cuckoo can't look to let him go, but Cuckoo now gonna get bit down. Tims can't bail him out, so Cuckoo's out of this one. On the other front, it's going to be Cuckoo looking to buy back. He's trying to TB back into action. This could be the final hurrah for TNC to stay alive, but they're already losing more. Raven has gone down. He has no buyback. That might be it.
It seems like it's over for TNC right now.
That
no buyback on Raven, no buyback on StarLadder, though.
Liquid just too big, too bad, and too strong here. The back end of game number 5, swelling up to 25K of a net worth advantage. Miracle leading out the charge with nearly 25K himself. Here they go in for the final set of racks. Is there any way TNC can attempt to go for a hold here? They're trying to fend them off. Pushing back GH, but diving confidently inside the base is going to be Miracle. They go on in for the racks. Miracle to zone off TNC so they have no chance in hell of defending. He has got a hold and taken down Tim's. And it looks like this may be it. Liquid going in for the final hurrah. They drop the black hole and it's good game. Congratulations, Liquid. You are the champions of StarLadder I-League Invitational number 3. Wow, that game, it had started all as TNC, but the resilience of Liquid, the continuation of farm.
TNC did such a good job during the early game, those pickoffs, but they managed to get back into the game with 3 Midas and also some clutch hooks from GH. That Roche fight was a big deal.
Yeah. The extraction of taking T-Man out of that Roche fight and allowing Liquid to slip in just instantly boosted him up to like a 8K net worth advantage, and there was really no looking back. And a lot of credit to that guy too, Mind Control, man. Lots of great farm, a great series for him, a great showing for Liquid, and congratulations, man.
Yeah, congratulations to Team Liquid. A better team today, but TNC showing some really strong performance right here.
And we'll get to see more from them in the upcoming Manila Masters. Congratulations again to Team Liquid. You are the champions. Let's go ahead and send things back over to our analyst panel now on their take of our grand final.
All right, welcome back to our panel here as Team Liquid are your StarLadder I-League Invitational champions. They defend their title, knocking out TNC in a dramatic best-of-5 grand final as we look at Team Liquid celebrating on the main stage. Their direct invite to TI7 all but secured. They are going to be in Seattle fighting for a piece of that $10 million prize pool. We'll go back to our panel here one more time. Guys, what did you think about Game 5?
Wait, are you confirming the direct invite?
I think so.
That's what it sounded like.
I think so. I really think that they were on the cusp. Even before this tournament, they were squarely in the middle of that conversation. I think this is enough to put them over the top.
You be careful, Alan. Ice Frog's going to be watching this tournament, and he's going to be like, you don't tell me what to do.
I mean, let's be real. I don't think any team in the EU qualifiers could beat this team, right? If they play well.
So.
Yeah, so.
Secret is they look good, but not quite this good.
Yeah.
And we really don't
Once again, just taking their place on the stage of winning a StarLadder. This would happen a couple months ago in February as well. Times have changed a little bit, but some things have remained constant. There's still that lone druid that they used so well back then. I think, you know, in terms of adjusting to this patch, adapting to patches in general, this team has shown its versatility and a nice showing here.
Some signature performances as we listen to the interview here on stage.
就首先就是很高兴能够赢下这次比赛，然后这次比赛确实比我想的要困难很多。我本来以为我们可以3-0打，就直接击败 TNC。那么最后我感谢所有的粉丝，所有支持我们的朋友们。How about you, JH?
Yeah, I wanna thank all the support from our friends and families and the fans, of course. I just wanna say that TNC put up a great fight, and I didn't expect them to do so well versus us, especially after the game 1, but they played so well, and they were great opponents.
一样也是首先感谢所有的粉丝和朋友们。那么最后也是对 TNC 致以我们的敬意，因为第一场比赛我们去那么轻松的取得胜利以后，我们确实没有想到这场比赛最后能够打入决胜局，也是非常感谢他们的完美表现。Kuro?
Yeah, it's cool. Like,
that's it?
Yeah.
太棒了。How about you, Miracle?
Hello. What do I say now?
What did you say last time?
China number 1?
China number 1. All right, Matu, you have to say something more like than those two.
Yeah.
All right, 那这样就没有了，就 yeah。
好的，感谢我们的所有的队伍带来的精彩的比赛。同样也把敬意送给我们的其他的7支队伍。
Team Liquid with a great display. They are once again